There we go.
You guys work. Cameron, Connie Littner's been part of this project, along with Paul Fiddick. I'm gonna let her do all the talking, so thanks again.
Okay, so some time ago, maybe 2 years ago, Stan Hendricks, who is also a part of this project and has been doing most all of the writing for these plaques, contacted me, and Paul and I connected. Paul had a vision to commemorate, I suppose is a good word, the people that had in the past that are historic that had been to Cameron. And we have many of them. In the list that we found, we had around 22 people actually that had some claim to fame that had been here. And Paul selected 7 to 9 of the ones that had been here, and that's what you're seeing in these plaques. And I think I'll let him tell you a little bit more about his story of how this came about.
Oh, you don't want to hear as long as that story goes.
Okay, the short
But
version.
suffice to say, I have a friend who comes from a similar small town who has where they have a walk of fame of famous people from the town. And this guy turned out to be part of the walk of fame. And I thought Cameron should have a walk of fame, and then I realized we didn't have that many famous people, you know, notorious or not. But one thing we did have, from my knowledge of Cameron history, was a lot of people who were historically important and internationally known that had been here and had some sort of interesting connection with the town, not just passed through. I mean, one of the a good example of the latter story was the time that I sold fireworks to David McCallum and Jill Ireland, who were driving through Cameron, and I was manning the Boy Scout fireworks stand out by the Rambler restaurant. Not worthy of a plaque, but an interesting story. The story of Abraham Lincoln and John Wilkes Booth, that's interesting. And or Hubert Hoover sleeping here, albeit in motion. So the more we got into that, I said the story here is not in a walk of fame. The story is historical markers where you can stand in the footsteps of Abraham Lincoln or William Tecumseh Sherman or Michael Douglas or Harry Truman or whoever, and know that history happened here. So we start, and what I thought would be about 3 months turned out to be almost 2 years, but now we have 5 faces up, and there is a 6th face in town now. We tried like the devil to get it up today, but it didn't cooperate, but it will, I think, probably next week out at McCorkle Park, and it's William Jennings Bryan, boy orator of the plain, 3-time presidential candidate, and mostly known for being played by Frederick March in the movie Inherit the Wind of the Scopes trial, whatever. So anyway, I'm in town for my class reunion. I think it's my 30th class reunion, right, Jim?
Yeah, you were younger than we were.
Yeah, something like that. So anyway, and since I was here, and since this project is in progress, they said let's convene a few people and do something to remember it while I'm here. And I very much appreciate that. I really appreciate all the help and support and encouragement that I've had from everybody in town, my old friends and my new friends. And I'm just delighted to have given this back and in some way improve quality of life in Cameron, a city that brought me up, tolerated me for a long time, and that I love. So thank you.